Mary the Queen. When we hear the word queen, immediately a picture of a finely dressed woman with gold and diamond jewelry and a crown on her head emerges before our eyes. A woman who has maids to serve, gold throne to sit on, and the chariot to travel, pulled by well-decorated horses. But when we talk about Mary the Queen, just the opposite picture emerges before our eyes. Isn't it a paradox? A carpenter's wife surely could not afford such luxuries. She had no place to give birth to her son, and the animal for travel was a donkey. So why do we call her Mary the Queen? Mary identified herself with the poor and the marginalized in her Magnificat, where she praises God for lifting the lowly, filling the hungry with good things, and sending away the rich empty. Hence, one who identified herself with the poor, why call her a queen? In this context, I would like to narrate a story of two women begging outside a shrine. They saw a queen coming in her chariot and getting down to enter the shrine. One woman told another, "I wish to see the day when all royalties are treated like a common people." The other replied, "I wish to see the day when all commoners are treated like royalties." I wish to see the day when all commoners are treated like royalties. Yes, Mother Mary was a commoner, but God made her a queen by choosing her to be the mother of Jesus, the Son of God, who belonged to King David's lineage. Therefore, she is a queen. Pope Pius XII instituted the feast in 1954 and called her Queen of Heaven because he wanted to draw attention to Mary's place in the salvation history. And that's how every year on 22nd August we celebrate the feast of Queenship of Mary. First, let us find out something about this name Mary, her name. This name comes from Hebrew Miriam or Maryam, derived from the name of King Herod's Jewish queen Mariamne, the last princess of the Maccabean lineage, beloved by her people. She was most loved queen. The name Maryam was especially popular in the early 1st century. So popular that the Gospels mention 5 or 6 women who share the same name, Mary, and in fact creates confusion for the scholars to identify Mary the sinner, Mary of Bethany, and Mary Magdalene. Mother Mary is named after the popular Maccabean queen Mariamne. However, one does not become a queen because one is named after a particular queen. Of course, the Maccabean queen Mariamne had done good to the people, and so she was popular. And probably Mary's parents wanted that their daughter too should do good deeds and become like the queen Mariamne. My dear brothers and sisters, merely governing a piece of land does not make anyone a king or a queen. But ruling over a piece of heart does make one king or a queen. Mother Mary, about whom probably the Bible does not contain more than 10 lines, is worshipped all over the world. Does this not make her a queen? So many women are named after her. So many places, towns, villages, and churches named after her. Her presence is felt in art, music, painting. For the believers, she is present in liturgy and prayers. It is this omnipresence of hers that makes her queen of every human heart. In the New Testament, we have a reference to only one queen, and that is Herodias, the wife of a King Herod. It would be nice to compare and contrast Mary the queen with the Queen Herodias. Mary's relationship with Joseph was based on love, and Herodias' relationship with Herod based on lust. When lust infiltrates the heart, love departs. Love does not see the body but the mind, and lust does not see the mind but the body. Love is selfless. Lust is selfish. Love dies for one another. Love dies for the other. Lust kills the other. And that is what exactly Herodias did in lust. In her lust, she killed John the Baptist. Mary was a humble woman who accepted God's will, whereas Herodias was a proud woman with a ballooned ego. Mary, the queen, blessed every head, whether it bowed or did not bow before her, whereas Queen Herodias chopped off the head that did not bow before her. When the crown on the head is in danger, the head becomes dangerous. And to protect it, it follows the old law of an eye for an eye and a head for a head. The Queen Herodias followed this law. My dear brothers and sisters, Mary's heart was full of sympathy, which is clearly manifested in Magnificat and at Cana. Whereas Herodias' heart was full of hostility, which is manifested at the event of beheading of John the Baptist. Herodias had an unforgiving heart. Mother Mary had a forgiving heart. After Jesus' death, when she met the disciples, she did not ask Peter, "Why did you deny my son?" She did not ask other disciples why they abandoned her son in his times of trouble. She just remained in their company, understanding the human nature to save one's own life in the face of death. I'm sure you all have heard the story about Jesus finding the kingdom of heaven overcrowded and Mary opening the window. Whoever wrote this story has shared humanity's experience of Mother Mary. She who rules not piece of land, but a piece of human heart is the queen. And Mother Mary does rule over every heart. Therefore, she is our queen. What makes Mary queen is a love for the humanity. Today, as we honor Mary, our queen, let us try to imbibe her spirit of humility and love. Let us ask ourselves, do I follow Mother Mary's footsteps?